So the Galana-Kulalu project in Tana River and Kilifi counties aimed at increasing the country's food security is still incomplete, with the contractor out of sight since February. But what is the situation on the ground?
So our very own Marian Nyambura has been following up that story for us, and she's joining us live from Galana. Marian, what can you tell us?
Right, a very good morning to you, Zinzi and Trevor in studio. Indeed, the project, the Galana-Kulalu project, is 89% complete. That is what we have learned so far. This is after the contractor left the ground in February rather this year, now making the National Irrigation Board to officially take over the sections of the model farm land, which is 10,000 acres. Now, we understand that the reason as to why the Galana-Kulalu project was started was to ensure that it addresses the food security gap in the country. Remember, Tana River and Kilifi counties are among those counties which face perennial drought year in, year out. Now, we understand that as this is happening, there has been a myriad of challenges facing this whole project. Remember, the project was started in 2014 and was expected to cost 7 billion shillings. But what we understand is that the Green Arava contractor, or rather the company name, which is Green Arava, left on grounds that they have not yet been paid. Now we understand again that the Auditor General mentioned a few issues concerning the Galana-Kulalu project, one of them being that the company, which is the Green Arava contractors, was rather single-sourced. And now he also found out that the payments were made earlier before he came here to the site to begin the process. But joining me here just to tell us more about this situation is Engineer Ochere, who is the resident engineer here, who will tell us what is the exact situation on the ground since Green Arava left the site. Maybe, sir, kindly join us here briefly. You could start off with 3,300 acres. What we understand is that is what is functional right now out of the 10,000. What is the situation at the moment?
Well, Green Arava, as the contractor, handed over 3,300 acres. That is contractually allowed. And the handed over area is the farming area, which I've talked about, and also the support infrastructure for this farming area. Because we are doing irrigation, he has to hand over the intake and machinery to carry out production on this area. Now NIB has taken over this area which has been handed over, and we are doing production. We are doing maize, we are doing cotton, we are doing green grams, and we are doing pasture grass to support also the livestock farmers. As far as production is concerned, we have done approximately 2,000 acres, which is under crop, and we are still going on with the production.
Maybe you could tell us, as we briefly went off because of time, the situation on the ground right now. We can see the crops are. What is the stage of production at the moment?
Well, this crop, we have staggered the production such that the first crop which we did is now under physiological maturity, that is maize. And when you look just behind me, we have the maize which is at physiological maturity. That means within a very few days we are going to stop irrigating the crop so that we let the crop dry and come back with a combined harvester and harvest the crop. The other crops, we have also crops which are just germinating. And that is very good for our plan, because the machinery, we want the machinery to be completely occupied throughout the year.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, Trevor and Zinzi, just because of time, I will wind up there. But what we understand is that the Principal Secretary Irrigation, Fred Segori, is expected here, as well as the National Irrigation Board Chair, as well as the General Manager. But this is a story that we will keep an eye on. Remember that this, or rather the National Irrigation Board has officially taken over the production at the Galana-Kulalu. It is a story that we will keep an eye on and give our viewers real-time updates as at what happens. Back to you, Trevor and Zinzi in studio.